Dick Rochfort here, aboard 574 Mike Alpha, a G1000 NXI equipped Piper M500, and we're in that sweet spot.
54 Kilo Juliet, contact Memphis Center 122.27, good day.
210 at high speed cruise, torque setting, just kissing just below the barber pole.
Endeavor 4685,
this
contact
very
Memphis City 132.65, good day.
Fresh tailwind. We got 307 over the ground, not too shabby. Making the turn now on our way to Cincinnati Lunken. And just a quick ditty on maps, depending on how you use your map. The G1000 typically track up works best because the opportunity to switch it is either auto on the zoom or in the menu. It's not like Avidyne where you can switch it back and forth. But that's not a complaint, that's just the way it is. So by going to menu, map settings, you can adjust settings for all these different aspects of the map feature, map, weather, traffic, aviation, etc., etc., etc. And bring this map to a point where whatever the type of flying you do, VFR, IFR mostly, you can have this set at different ranges depending upon the lengths of the flights you normally fly. But in the end, when it's all done, you ought to have a clean looking map that tells you what you want to know and doesn't bother you incessantly with information you don't need. One feature that I find very useful when you're trying to spot traffic out the window is landmark things like roads, particularly major highways, rivers and lakes. So if you're looking out the window from where the airplane is, you can see that the aircraft you're trying to spot is near, for example, in this case, Rend Lake. You can look out the window, pick out the lake, and then look above the lake for the traffic. And we're a little high to be doing that at flight level 210, but you get the message. On the other hand, the VORs, once we're on our route, we're not looking to navigate to a VOR, leastways not using the map as a means of navigation. So we might go to aviation, go down here to VORs and calm this down a bit, maybe down to even to 5 nautical miles so that it doesn't clutter the map, and there you go. So we have county and state boundaries, we have rivers and lakes are prominent on this, as is of course the flight plan. So this is something that you might consider. I think this works pretty good. Everybody's a little different in that regard. The state outlines I think are useful. We got our fuel ring on there. And so now we can do a fuel sanity check and see that we have plenty of fuel for the flight. High ground speed, vertical rate is set up to give us 5 miles before the airport at pattern altitude. That's just kind of a default that I like to use just so I can keep a track of what we're doing. It could be we're going to be flying past the airport to do an approach, or landing straight in, or holding somewhere. It wouldn't matter. This BSR gives us a kind of a sanity check on what's going on. Fuel over destination is a very useful thing. I highly recommend you keep that synced on the aux page. FOV sync. Dick Rochfort, fly safely. Train off it.